Hey, y'all. So, are you in the market for an email marketing platform? I know it feels like a big job to figure out which of the millions of platforms out there is the right one for you. So, I'm going to give you 10 tips of things to look for when you're choosing an email marketing platform to make sure you find the right one for you, or at least one that'll work pretty well for you in the meantime. You ready? Here we go. So the right email marketing platform is definitely a game changer for your business. Why do we need email marketing? Isn't email marketing dead? Well, it is if you don't use it. So email is really the most widely used communication platform among adults in the United States. Something like 85 or 90% of adults in the US have email. My dad has email. So that should tell you all you need to know, right? So you need to have an email marketing platform if you have a small business, even if it's a really small business, if you want to grow your audience, grow your customer base. So how do you know which email platform is right for you? There are literally millions of them out there. Okay, maybe not literally, but it feels like it sometimes. So we're going to talk about 10 things to look for when you are choosing an email marketing platform to make the job at least a little bit easier. So number one is really think about your needs. It's really easy to get swept up in all the bells and whistles, right? A lot of these platforms can do more than just email marketing, which is great. But if you don't need all that extra functionality, then you're wasting your money. So do you need a CRM? Do you need texting functionality? Do you need really advanced integrations because you use all these different systems that need to talk to each other? If not, you may not need one of the bigger platforms. You may be able to get by with one of the smaller and more affordable platforms. Okay, so create a must-have and a nice-to-have list before you start shopping at platforms. So as you're going through and evaluating them, you can compare apples to apples or platform to platform. Number two, think about the size of your list, but not just the size of your list now. Think about how big you think your list will grow. I mean, obviously, we all want hundreds of thousands of users on our lists, right? Well, maybe not. If you're in the e-com world, you may grow to have, 150, 100, 150, 200,000, maybe a million, who knows? But if you are more in the service industry, it's not as likely that you're going to grow that large. The reason that email list size is important is because a lot of these platforms charge you based on the capacity that you're buying. So if you don't need a platform or a plan that'll give you 25,000 contacts, don't pay for it. All of them will let you upgrade when the time comes, right? There are a lot of platforms. Well, I don't want to say a lot of platforms. There are a few platforms that have a free plan up until 1,000 users or 2,000 users, and then you can upgrade to their paid plan. That's a great place to start. My two favorites are MailerLite and ActiveCampaign. Actually, ActiveCampaign may not give you free, but they have a very low priced kind of entry level plan, the light plan, that might do just fine for you. So make sure that you're considering, how you're truly going to scale your list, and use that to help you decide which one you want to buy. So also think about how easy the platform is to use. Now, this is kind of a hard thing to say if you're not using the platform yet, right? You could have the best platform in the entire world that everybody raves about, but if you hate to use it, you're not going to use it. So think about the user experience and make sure that it works for you and sort of the way your brain works, than just getting the flashiest one or the one that everybody talks about. I'll be perfectly honest, MailChimp is not my favorite platform, but it's because I find the deliverability is a little more unpredictable. But I love the interface. It's very simple. You can find everything you need. You don't have to go digging for stuff that feels like it's hidden. It's all right there in front of you. So I love the user experience on MailChimp. Also, for number 4, think about the automations that you're really going to need. Do you need just simple automations like send out an email when someone opts in for a lead magnet, or the ability to send broadcast emails, sort of your weekly emails to your list? If you don't need much more than that, one of the more basic platforms will be fine for you. If you anticipate automating a lot of your business and it's going to be talking to Shopify, and it's going to be talking to your website, and it's going to be talking to all these third-party products, you're going to need a platform that is more robust. So something like ActiveCampaign that has a lot of native integrations is probably going to help you more, even down the line, more so than some of the more basic plans. And really, that's number 5, right? How well does this platform integrate with all the other platforms you're using? Now, if you're not using any other platforms, you can skip this question, right? But if you're using a complicated tech stack, you'll want to make sure that the email platform that you choose is going to integrate as much as possible with the solution that you choose for email marketing. Zapier and Integrately and all of those programs that talk to each other, they're cool, but they're also one more place for something to break down and one more thing you have to pay for. So if you're trying to automate things, you don't want to have to intervene every other week because something broke, right? So if you are using a big tech stack, find an email marketing platform that will integrate with it as natively as possible so you have less to deal with on the back end. So number 6, what kind of support do you need? Now, this is relative, I guess. If you're using a brand new platform, you might need more support. But some people just find themselves to be more technically savvy or are less intimidated by tech. And they can kind of dive in without reading the instructions, without, going through courses or anything like that. And other people like to have that support. They like to have somebody to go to when they have questions. A lot of these platforms will have, well, they'll all have some kind of tech support, but how robust and how responsive they are is probably going to vary. The larger and more widely used the platform is, the more likely you'll find lots of support, even from other users, so you can address issues quickly. For example, yesterday or day before yesterday, I had a question about Ontraport, and I posted it in the Ontraport Facebook group. Within about 20 minutes, I had 3 replies to confirm what I was assuming. And one of them was from the CEO of the company. That's pretty cool that I can get confirmation that quickly, because Google turned up nothing in the way that I was asking my question. But those humans were able to answer it very quickly. So we haven't talked. So one second, please. For some reason, Zoom just decided to change my default speaker into my AirPods, and I don't have them in. So we'll keep going. Number 7 is your budget. Look, I mean, I'm a small business owner. I get it. We can't just throw money around and expect to make any money. But your email marketing platform is definitely a worthwhile investment, but it doesn't have to be a massive expense. There are plans and platforms for every budget. So figure out the one that works right for you and figure out what your budget is. What are you willing to pay for that you will not cringe at every month, right? And go into this search with open eyes. A lot, like I mentioned earlier, a lot of these platforms have free plans or very low cost plans. For example, with ActiveCampaign, if you do the yearly plan, it's like $108 for the entire year. I mean, that's a pretty good deal, right? But if you choose a more robust, like all-in-one platform, like a Kajabi or an Ontraport or Kartra or Go High Level or FG Funnels, you're going to pay more because you're getting all this extra functionality. So just take that into account when you're looking at your budget. So number 8 is recommendations from others. Talk to the folks around you, talk to the people in your masterminds, talk to the, look at the reviews on all these different, don't go to the different platform sites because they're only going to post the really good reviews, right? But go, read some blogs and talk to some people and find out what they're using and what they're happy with. And if you have similar needs, then you'll probably have a similar experience. So, it's always take those with a grain of salt, right? Because you know what they say about opinions, but it's worth it to talk to other people about the platforms they like and what they like about it, because it may turn up some stuff that you haven't even thought of. Number 9 is user experience. It doesn't matter how powerful and robust and amazing a platform is. If it doesn't make sense to you, it's not going to use it. So you're not going to use it. So watch demos, do a free trial, especially do a free trial if they have one. Even like I said a minute ago, talk to friends who are using these platforms and ask them if they'll give you a tour of their own platform, right? Just hop on Zoom and have them walk you through it and see what you think. But really, number 10 is remember that you are not marrying this platform. You can absolutely switch down the road if you need to. So don't feel like this is such a huge decision that will change the course of your business forever, because you can switch and you may need to switch down the road as your business grows and maybe as your business pivots and you end up in a different, line of business. So there is no perfect platform. There is no perfect decision. So just bite the bullet and choose one and commit to it for at least a year. Don't use it for 3 weeks and then throw up your hands unless it really is just not working. So, but remember that you're not going to really learn about it until you use it for a while. Okay, so recap. Number 1, let me scroll back in my document so I can see. Number 1, consider your own needs, what you really need and what you would just like to have. Number 2, consider the size of your list and how much you anticipate your list growing in the next couple of years. Number 3, consider how easy the platform is to use, what that experience is like for you. Number 4, consider how much automation you're going to be doing. A lot versus a little. Number 5, consider integration points and how many native integrations the platform can do to make your life easier. Number 6, support. What kind of support does the platform have, both from an official support capacity and a user support capacity? Consider your budget as number 7, because, we always have to pay attention to the money. Unless you're rolling in it and you've got so much you don't know what to do with it, budget's always going to be a consideration, right? Number 8, consider recommendations from others. Ask people's opinions and get their feedback on what they like and what they don't like about their platforms that they're using. Number 9, user experience, again, from your perspective and also from your team's perspective. So if you're not actually going to be using the platform, talk to the people who will be using it, because that will make a big difference in how happy you are, but also in how happy they are. And if they're not happy, it's going to make it harder for you, right? And number 10, remember that you are not marrying this platform. Make a decision, make an educated decision, inform yourself about all these platforms and figure out the one that you think will work best for you and then commit to it. Don't throw up your hands after 3 weeks. Actually get in there and use it and see if it's the right one for you. One thing to remember about a lot of these platforms is if you have a list of a certain size, a lot of them will do the migration to their new platform for you for free. So you may not even have to deal with a tech headache if you end up switching later on. So don't get all caught up in it. The most important thing is that you are building your email list and you are regularly communicating with your email list. So that is what you need to be doing. So don't sit on this decision so long that you neglect the actual point of having an email platform. All right, I hope this has been helpful. Hit subscribe. Give me some comments. If there's questions you have about email, let me know so I can help answer them, or I can go find out the answers if I don't know them. All right, hope you guys have a great week. Talk to you soon. Bye.